Happy 24th of the month. I cannot believe we are literally 2 days away from Thanksgiving, one of my favorite holidays. I had to throw that in because I love the thought and I love just what our past has been as far as being able to celebrate with family members around the table, going around. Normally, my husband, Parnell, his parents are here and the kids, and we're all running throughout the house, and we got tables inside, tables outside, people everywhere. And I love that. I am thankful for my family. I'm thankful for friends. I'm thankful for love, faith, hope, all of those good things. And more importantly, like all of this combined, probably, I'm just thankful for life and that God has given us another chance to live every single day. So, and let me not put this, I am thankful for you for watching this and being on the journey. We are 11 months in. I cannot believe in January we were going through the book study and my sister was alongside of me. She had dropped me since then, but we are still on our path of being great, and maybe, just maybe, that is why we are reading the book by Angela Duckworth, the book Grit, The Power of Passion and Perseverance. So I must say I've had 3 people within, I'd say a month and a half before I started reading this that actually recommended this book to me. 3 different people, different walks of life, just in different experiences. Have you read that book, Grit by Angela Duckworth? No. Have you read that book by Angela Duckworth? Grit? No. And then the third person was our athletic trainer for the Indiana Fever. He called me while he was on vacation, and he said, look, I need you to go and get this book, Grit by Angela Duckworth. You are going to love it. Now, I don't know if maybe they put me in a box and like, I don't have grit, I do have grit, I have too much grit, I don't have enough grit, I don't know. But what I can say is I learned a lot about myself in this book. And I hope that you read it. If you have not, go back and get this book. It is good for young kids, for, the teen tweens and beyond. All of the other ones, we all just get lumped up and beyond. But there was a few things that I really, really enjoyed about the book. First off, what is grit? And I would say the definition and the thing that I pulled out of this is grit is not just showing up, but it's following through. That's my definition. Not just showing up, but following through. A lot of people know my story, but for those that don't, I was born with a hearing disability, a speech impediment. I wear glasses, I wear contacts now, braces. I pretty much had everything that could go wrong. Well, I can't say that, not everything. But growing up with a disability at a young age, I remember just the struggle of wanting to fit in, wanting to be invisible, then couldn't be invisible because I was tall, so wanted to fit in and couldn't do that because I'm clearly different. And then the hearing issues, the hearing aids that I had to wear, the speech problem that I had, definitely every single thing about me stood out. But I think for me, my journey really started and the grit comes out in sports for me. I just remember all the time getting made fun of, and through the grit, through just the motivation, the determination to be great were the things that I always focused on and helped me kind of overcome. In this book, she talked about you can grow grit 2 ways. Growing grit from the inside out, and then the other one would be growing grit from the outside in. But as she focused on growing grit from the inside, I saw myself on both sides. So the growing grit from the inside out, I start with my story about my hearing disability because there are 4 different things she talked about: interest, practice, purpose, and hope. My interest in the beginning was really wanting to figure out a way to fit in, wanting to figure out a way to not get made fun of. And that's where all sports, not just basketball, but all sports really allowed me that kind of being able to enter into another zone, another world. Practice, once I figured out that, hey, if I got really good at something, I could beat people in it. But then also when we got to the playground and people wanted to pick you on for different teams, that was a way to get picked first, to be really good. So my interest in the sport, my practice, and then it became a purpose of life. And I remember I was in 7th grade, I made my first goal. I was gonna follow my dad's footsteps, and I was going straight to the NBA. because that's what normal seventh grade young girls aspire to be, right? Yeah. Well, that became my purpose. That was my goal. That was my drive. That was everything. And of course, it was the hope. And every single day, and I mean every day, I practiced basketball, whether it was waking up and going outside before coming back in for breakfast, whether it was waking up and during the summertime and get myself together and going to the courts all day. Like I lived, breathed, ate, everything was about basketball. And it's interesting because I had a conversation with my mom earlier today talking about my lack thereof, my lack of memory from my younger years, because sport really was sports and faith. Like I remember, all the sports that I played, I remember, and not in any detail, the game and some of the fans and my teammates. And then same thing, like church. My faith was a big part. So if we didn't go to church, we couldn't participate in sports. So like those two things are the things that I remember. But you talk about gritty. I was that person that every day wanted to be the best, wanted to be better tomorrow than I was, or wanted to be better today than I was yesterday, better tomorrow than I was today, the whole drift. So when I think about the book Grit and just kind of going through the first part of being able to grow grit from the inside, but then I also feel like on the flip side, the growing grit from the outside in, and having so many amazing people in my circle that help push me and help me be great and continue to be great. I would say one of the many things that I appreciate about my parents is they put us in, my brother, my sister, and I, they put us in a lot of different sports early on. So they never pushed us to be great in basketball. Basketball was the one that I chose. But they put us in a lot of different sports to be able to find our own direction and our own path and our own things that we aspired to be and wanted to follow through on. They never let us quit. We always had to, once we agreed to do something and once we started tryouts and practicing, we were committed. But we never had to stay in it once it was finished if it wasn't something that we enjoyed. I appreciate that from my parents because I was literally a 3-sport athlete all the way through my high school years. And then, I went to college and focused on basketball. But it gave me a chance early on to be able to try a lot of different things and navigate my own world, my own path. And I'm thankful for the way that they parented my brother, my sister, and I'm thankful for just the way that they pushed me, because once I did come up with the goal of wanting to be the best and wanted to make it to the NBA, because there was kind of that goal that, you need an extra push, my parents had always been there. So the power of passion and perseverance, being able to persevere through the highs and lows. And she goes through a lot of different stories, a lot of people past, Olympian, spelling bee kids, and, just a lot of different athletes, a lot of entertainers, a lot of people in different worlds, the perseverance that they had to show, the grit that they had to show to be able to overcome and get to that next level. So check it out. If you have not read it, check it out. I had to give you a glimpse in a couple of minutes. And as you see, this is a big book. So try to get a little bit. I really enjoyed it because I just felt like it is kind of the story, and it gives me an understanding of myself and the grit that I have. So check it out, go read it. So now we only have one more month left to do our book study. And I wanted to go with a fun book, not that this wasn't fun, but I wanted to go with a book as we're going through this and as we kind of look ahead to 2021. And this book was given to me by my boss. You Don't Need a Title to Be a Leader by Mark Sanborn. How anyone, anywhere can make a positive difference. I like this book. As we finish 2020, we're going to finish it strong. And as we go into 2021, no matter who you are, where you are, what position, what role or not that you're in, I love the reminder of anybody can be a leader within the space that you're in. So I urge you, this is a shorter book than the other ones, the last couple ones we had. So I urge each of you, pick up this book. We're going to go into 2021 with a bang. And leaders are going to step up. We got so many young leaders, young, middle, old, just leaders. We got some leaders out here. So pick up the book, Check it out. Let's go into 2021. Let's get motivated, re-motivated, re-energized. 2020 has been a rough one with a lot of twists and turns, but I guarantee, well, I can't guarantee you, but my hope is that 2021 will be better. But even through that, leaders will step up and lead the way. It does not matter if you were put in a role, you can step up and be a leader. So have a great Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. I am thankful for each of you. I hope that you will go and pick up the book, read this book, and then pick up the new book for this month. You Don't Need a Title to Be a Leader by Mark Sanborn. Check it out. And I will see you next month, December 24th, right before Christmas. Happy holidays. Happy Thanksgiving. I hope you guys enjoy your time with your family. And until we meet again, I will see ya.